Hello, thriving warriors and those who wish they were. Alexa, good morning.
Today is Tuesday, August 16th. It's 9:47 p.m. Right now in Toronto, it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Tonight's forecast has some clouds with a chance of thunder showers, with a low of 81 degrees.
Okay, so historic. I don't expect. Wow, there were two people on here. Now there's one. I have to. This is a historic. Doing it the night before, which could be a good idea in the future. Except I can't put in timely things. Maybe I can, but tomorrow morning I have to leave early to help the guys get to Naylor. My understanding is they did a good job today. Unfortunately, Matt had a bad day. Cut twice, measure once. Slow is steady, steady is fast. There's only two ways to do things, the right way and again. And of course, that didn't kind of work out right, Matt? So the good news is Scott and Henry started. They're there to help. They like you guys, and we'll get there. So tonight's episode is brought to you by Cacti Water, Cali Water, Cactus Water, or Organic Prickly Pear. We'll see how it tastes. Meh. It would be better if it was carbonated. But okay, so here we are on Tuesday night. This is the Wednesday video. I will post it in the morning as I'm heading down there at about 4:45. I'll probably post it around 6, probably when we drop the guys off at Naylor. So, what are we going to talk about today? Stress. It was something Matt faced. Something that one of the guys who dropped out today faced. Where it beat them, in the notes down below is a link to a video of Navy SEAL, how to manage stress. Remember to subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss any of these. But so stress is kind of the topic of tonight. And the TED Talk should really be Kelly McGonigal talking about stress, but it's actually Jordan Peterson talking about IQ because that's the second one in our series. But I'm going to mention Kelly McGonigal. Kelly McGonigal, TED Talk. I think I can pull it up on here. There we go, Kelly McGonigal, TED Talk. How to make stress your friend. Correct. This will go along with the nope. This will go along with the Navy SEAL thing on how to overcome stress. Stress is not bad for you. I'm going to share it in the link down below. Okay, good. So here we are. It's Tuesday night at almost 10 o'clock. We were at Bible study tonight in the Iron Sharpens Iron group, men's group. It was a good dinner, good fellowship, good companionship, a lot to learn. And yeah, okay. So thanks to Dan, the inventor, and the preacher, Frank Frank Esposito, call sign the preacher. Dan, call sign the inventor. So good evening. And our guys did a good job, though they were kind of tired from nail. Okay, stress is not the problem. The problem is the belief that stress is bad, as opposed to stress is just the body's natural reaction to certain situations and beliefs. That's it. Stress is an important part of life. If you did not have stress, you wouldn't have a sharper reactions. You wouldn't have a brain cloud when you need time to figure out what to do. You wouldn't have be able to do better under stressful situations without cortisol, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The belief that stress is bad is what the problem actually is. And stress is the result of some neurotransmitters, primarily which one, Diana? Yes, Jeff is saying, what the heck? I've got to be on the road early. This will be posted in the morning. Boom. Okay, so now you know, Jeff. Thank you, though, for acknowledging your presence. Good. Appreciate it. Okay, stress is not bad. Fear of stress is bad. Kelly McGonigal really gets into it. The TED Talk for tonight is Jordan Peterson, IQ. And the bottom line of what we learned from that is every single job that exists has an IQ range, that your IQ has to be here. And if it's over this amount in this range, some range, if it's below that, the job looks really hard or impossible, and you look like a moron to your coworkers and your boss. If your IQ is too low for the job. If it's too high for the job is very boring for you, and it's probably not sustainable. So the thing is to know what is the IQ range for each job, the job you're looking at, and what is your IQ? What is your IQ? More often than not, our people say, when I was a kid, I was tested. I'm a genius. I just don't really like school because it's boring to me. Okay, well, Then when they take the IQ test, which we used to give, then when they take the IQ test, it turns out that they're mid-90s. And they don't believe it, but they actually do because they can't answer the questions properly. So it's a great equalizer. And we really should do it more often than we do because every job has an IQ range. You need to find a job. You need to know your IQ, find a job that you like, that is like, and then have your actual duties should be 75% of the range. So you should be in the top 25%. So it's challenging, but not too challenging. Okay. Daniel Amen, that was the TED Talk for today. What they learned from 83,000 brain scans. And what they learned is the brain can easily be damaged, but the brain can be repaired through a Brain Smart program. And he shows this graphically with pictures of people's brains. He talks about 5 ways the brain can be damaged: traumatic brain injury, alcohol, drugs, something growing on your brain like a cyst, and brain disease. So that's how our brains can be damaged. They can be repaired to an extent. You can never get beyond what your potential was in the beginning. They can be repaired to an extent through a Brain Smart program. And the takeaway is that this is actually a Brain Smart program for those people who actually do this versus use it as a housing and job program and a place to get free clothes, et cetera, et cetera. So this is actually a Brain Smart program. So that is yesterday's talk. That's the takeaway. Yuval Harari, Why Do Humans Control the Planet? We don't have time to talk about that. It's 10 minutes and 6 seconds in. How to handle stress. So we have a Navy SEAL video about that. Let's see what Seth Godin has to say. He's talking about training wheels. His TED Talk or his blog post for today hasn't come out yet. For tomorrow hasn't come out yet because it's only today. I picked random and chose one from July 5th, 2006. So 16 years ago. Training wheels. I think the reason you don't see a lot of kids on unicycles is that they don't come with training wheels. True. In the old days, I would have stopped there making my point enigmatically. Wow. In the old days, 2006 was the old days. Wow. Alas, most products that are hoping for growth in new markets forget to offer training wheels as well. Things like goji berries, Linux, tattoo parlors, and yes, book publishers. Okay, so back in 2006, Linux, huge, popular, tattoo parlors coming popular. People were starting to talk about them. Book publishers like Lulu, they didn't have training wheels. Unicycle training wheels wouldn't even be that hard to do. Neither would a free sample pack of goji berries at the checkout. Aha! Make it easy for people. Most effective billboard, free coffee, next exit. We're going to try that at the Oasis. So that is it. Make it easy for your customers to do business with you. We're 11, almost 12 minutes in. And I am going to say, well, I want to acknowledge the guys from the Oasis. According to Chris Swan, good Chris, did a good job today. And I think according to Corey, did a good job today. So thank you guys for helping them, take them under the wing. Matt, if you don't do it right the first time, you need to ask for help. Do it right the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, eighth, 10th, 12th, 14th, 24th time. If they tell you you're doing it wrong, don't do it the same way over and over again. That is the definition of insanity, right? Doing it the same way and expecting a different result. But the good news is what I heard is that they like you, and even though you may have screwed the pooch, they're taking it as a, well, Matt's a good worker. We're not going to fire him because of this. I don't know. So, good job, guys, from the Oasis. We lost a guy today whose name I shall not speak, who was feeling stress when he was being driven to the city impact. He decided to jump out of the car at a stoplight and say, I'm gone. And how weak is that? That is pretty weak. Don't ever do that. Your reputation will be forever banged up and tarnished because there's just no excuse for cutting and running. There's no excuse. You call the other people and have a discussion. In case you hear that sound in the background, that is a foot massager that we got from AFWorks, or maybe it was from Mark Rowland. I don't know, but it's kind of keeping me awake as it's crushing my feet. So 14, 13 into it, I'm pointing at the thing, and yesterday was the only easy day. Put something into it today. Just do a little bit more. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. I think that the guys from the Oasis have been used to being uncomfortable, so they did a pretty good job at Naylor today. Let's keep up the work, guys. Keep up the thing. Comfortable being uncomfortable. Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And of course, strive to be more samurai. Okay? So with that, I'm going to say hasta la vista, baby. Jeff will call you tomorrow morning at 8. And I think what I'm going to be doing is I plan probably to be out at Panera at 8 to trade vehicles with Charlene, who's driving in the Honda. So that's the story. Tomorrow is Wednesday when everybody's going to be watching that. Wednesday is fun day. I will post this tomorrow. And with that, I will say cut, cut, and cut, cut.